Hello, my name is Cecia, and in this section of group management, we'll be going over how to keep your Girl Scout troop engaged through attention getters, positive affirmations, and icebreakers. The overall objective is to get to know your Girl Scout troop and to create a safe and trusting environment. So to start off, we'll begin by talking about attention getters. Attention getters are a behavior management tool used to capture the attention of a small or large group of girls with minimal effort. It can be as simple as a useful song or a phrase that will gather the attention of your girls when transitioning to new activities or to help prepare them for your discussion and to keep them all engaged. So here are some attention getters that you can use with your troop that I've used in the past and have found to be very effective. So the first one, it goes something like this. I, as a leader, would say, if you can hear me, clap once, and the Girl Scouts should then clap. If you can hear me, clap twice, and then they would clap twice. And of course, it's always encouraged to add your own fun flair because your girls can really feel the energy that you are emitting. So you want to make sure that it's also fun, light, and airy. So if it is an appropriate setting, I sometimes like to throw in, if you can hear me, put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. So something kind of fun like that to really encourage fun with your girls, but that all depends on the setting. So if it does feel like a more formal setting, you can use that with your own discretion, and that applies to all of these attention getters. This next attention getter is really short and right to the point, and it really helps get the girls' attention to be focused entirely on you, and they're going to be looking at you. And it would go like this. As a leader, I would say, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, and the girls will then reply, 1, 2, eyes on you. So they will stop usually whatever they're doing to look up at you, or at least get their focus and their attention shifted to you from whatever they were doing. This next one is called signs up. So with attention getters like the last ones, they could still probably be holding some things. They can kind of be coloring sometimes without looking, but their attention is to you. But this one really gets their full focused attention because they're stopping whatever they are doing to fully concentrate onto what you are saying. So you would teach the girls that whenever you say signs up, with one hand, they're going to raise it in the air to show that they are not holding anything. If they were coloring before or making some sort of craft or doing something, they know to put it down and to put their hand in the air, and it should be empty. And that's how you correctly do the first part of signs up. Then with their other hand, they're going to put it over their mouth to show that they are silent and they are no longer talking. So this shows that there's nothing in their hands, nothing keeping them busy, and their voices are quiet, and they're looking up at you, ready for new directions. So the reason why I like signs up is also when you do it and you say it, there are sometimes girls who straggle a little bit and aren't fully paying attention. Maybe they're further back and don't hear you, but it's kind of like a ripple effect. Once the first couple girls do it, the other girls will kind of see, oh, they're holding up signs up, let me quickly put everything down. So it quickly will spread since it is such a physical act that they are quiet and showing that they're ready. You can have them fully extend their hands sometimes as well to really help gather all the girls' attention. So that's probably my personal favorite attention getter. Another one that I like to do is also things that I like to do if we're playing either sports out in a field, someplace where girls have a lot more room because it is a little bit more spacious. But it goes like this. You as a leader would say, hands on top, and the girls would reply with, that means stop. So that simply shows that whatever they're doing before, their hands are now on their head. And again, I like to do it where there's more areas just because the girls, if they're sitting too close, they can sometimes nudge each other's elbows or get a little hurt and hit in the face if they're a little bit too close. So of course you want them to be more spread out. But this really helps them stop, pay close attention, and are ready to receive the next direction that you're going to transition them to for their new activity. So I really like that one again for sports or something that's been more physical. This last attention getter that I'm going to be showing you today is probably one that is more fun. And again, you always want to use your own personal flair. So whatever you come up with, or maybe you and your Girl Scouts come up with, this is a really fun one to do. It goes like this. When I say blank, you say blank. So, for example, when I say girl, you say scouts, girl. And your girls will reply scouts, girls, scouts. So it becomes like a little chant until you stop. And once the girls know that you stop, they kind of quiet down and you begin your next thing. But you can always say anything. Like when I say peanut butter, you say jelly time. So peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. And it can be really fun, really silly. Whatever, again, your girls come up with together, maybe. This could be a really fun bonding experience for you to kind of think through what attention getters really work. And the most important thing about when using attention getters is to make sure to take the time at the beginning of your meeting to teach your girls the attention getters. I recommend doing a couple practice rounds with your girls so they can learn and know what to expect when you're saying these certain attention getters. And so one way that I would do that is first I would show them what attention getter we'll be using. So maybe I show them signs up and tell them what it looks like. And then I would prompt my girls to talk to maybe their neighbor or to the girls around them about anything. Ask them to share their favorite color. Be like, if you can turn to the girl on your right and share what you did this weekend. So they can even have a couple minutes to kind of share, get to know each other. And then at whatever random point without them expecting it, call out signs up and see how quickly they're able to do it and challenge them. All right, that took a little bit long. Let's try again and really be paying attention. So that way they can really get the hang of it and know what to expect when they're actually probably doing a program or discussing, and then you call out that attention getter. And again, it's always best to have a select few, maybe one or two that you use with your troop, because I did show you a couple, and if you're to use them all, it can get a little confusing. They might not always remember, oh, signs up, which is which. So that's why I would just have a couple, like one or two, so they can always know what to expect. But it's always good to even introduce a new one every so often to shake things up so they really can kind of stay engaged. The next topic we'll be talking about is positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are a simple verbal recognition of positive behavior, and this can encourage and build confidence in girls and can be used as incentives without giving a physical object to the girl. So I like to use these when there's some sort of girl participation, or if any part of our program is girl-led, I like to recognize the girls because it's really an encouragement that they're doing such a great job. So I'm going to demonstrate some affirmations that you can use with your troop. And again, there's so many out there and they're so fun. You can always incorporate different ones and see what works out best for your girls. The first one is called an Oreo clap. So there's a lot of different claps. You can always look them up. But with the Oreo clap, if a girl maybe just came up and answered a question or volunteered a really good thing, you can say, all right, we're going to give her an Oreo clap. So you would demonstrate it first and then have the girls either follow, and once they get more familiar, you can all do it together. But for an Oreo clap, you would grab your Oreo, and it's together like this, and then you're going to twist it, and then you turn it, and then you pull it apart. And this is where you have to be very clear with the girls that you're not actually going to lick your hands, but you're going to pretend to lick your hands. You're going to go, and then clap. So that's kind of fun little Oreo clap, which is a nice way to just give a positive affirmation. Another clap you can do is called a lollipop clap, and I like to do this with my younger girls since it's not as confusing as difficult, and have it where I'm going to show you first and then you'll repeat after me. Does that sound good? And usually girls are like, yes. So I say you grab your finger and you're going to make a circle lollipop. So you're going to go like this. Lolly, lolly, lollipop. And then the girls would follow suit and do a lollipop for whatever girl they're cheering on, or maybe themselves. Another positive affirmation that isn't necessarily a clap is you go girl. So the way I like to do it is like this. You go girl. This is oftentimes what I use as an encouragement, maybe if a girl's a little bit shy, but it's going to be her first time leading the promise. Or if she's going to participate in something, but again, she's feeling a little bit nervous, I like to say, all right, everyone, let's give her a you go, girl. And you can add whatever flair, whatever your girls kind of come up with. I've had girls make little signs and do fun things like that and just be like, you go, girl. So those are always fun things to encourage girls if they're especially going to be trying something new or they're feeling a little timid. And then finally, giving a girl a that's okay. And I like to use that positive affirmation, just saying, let's say that's okay to our volunteer. If a girl maybe loses a game, gets a wrong answer, or makes a mistake, because this is a validation that reassures her and the entire group, since they're all saying it, that it's okay to stumble and make mistakes, and we acknowledge that, and we're going to keep on trying. So if a girl were to give a wrong answer, or make a mistake, you'd always say, hey, let's give her a big that's okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's okay. To really encourage her, and just for the entire group to see that you encourage that failure is okay. So those are our positive affirmations. And finally, we're going to be talking about icebreakers. Icebreakers are game-like exercises that help build trust and collaboration and really encourage communication in a troop environment with the support and comfort of their leaders like you. So I often like to be the leader or the one who's kind of directing these icebreakers. But if you have girls that are maybe a little bit more mature, or once you've developed a really good sense of comfortability and trust with the girls, always feel free to play with them. Especially if you have maybe a co-leader, you can be like, all right, you're leading this one and I'm going to play with the girls as well, to really help build just a fun environment with the girls and show them that you're someone that's trustworthy and can play with them as well. So the first icebreaker that I'll be talking about is called All My Neighbors. This goes by a couple different names, or All My Neighbors, yes. So it would go like this. You would gather the girls into a circle and choose one person to be in the middle to start off. So the girl in the middle will either shout out, all my neighbors, and then share one item that they either like or dislike. So for example, if all the girls are in the circle, you have one in the middle and she'll say, all my neighbors like strawberries or dislike leaves. Whatever random thing, the color blue, unicorns. All the girls who agree with the statement that she just said would run into the middle and either exchange a high five, an elbow bump, a fist bump, some sort of like clap or whatever, and then go back outside and return to the outer circle and wait for the next girl's turn. So this is where you, knowing your girls, can decide. You can either choose who's the next girl who's going to say all my neighbors, maybe someone who's a little bit more shy who wouldn't naturally do it, or you can have it just be a little bit more random and all right, whichever girl didn't get a high five, you stay in the middle and you'll get to say it next. And so that way you can help build trust and build relationships, because girls can kind of hear what other girls like. This may start side conversations of like, oh, you like unicorns? I do too. And so they can start connecting with the similar interests that they have, and also gives everyone an opportunity to participate, because eventually someone's going to say something that a girl likes and dislikes. So everyone should have a turn to go in and out, which is fun. The next icebreaker is called the Mingle Game. So this is the one that has multiple different names, like Land Ahoy, Shipwreck. It just has a lot of different names, but in the most simplest version, it goes by the Mingle Game. And so this does require a lot of the girls to move around and have a bigger space. So just be aware of that. And so I like to have the girls move around randomly. They can't buddy up. They have to be completely alone with no one kind of following them. And I have them chant a little thing that goes, mingle, 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 mingle. And they do that. I like to encourage them to be as loud as they can if it's appropriate, until the caller, which tends to be me as a leader, a co-leader, or another mature girl, calls out a number. So whatever number is called and when it's called, girls then have to get into groups of that number. So if I were to say number 4, girls would have to get into groups of 4. So if a girl cannot find a group or the group has an incorrect number of girls, that group of girls or that individual will be out. And so I like to continue the rounds until there are only 2 remaining girls. And so the thing with this is, since a lot of girls will be getting out over time, you want to keep them engaged. So oftentimes I'll have them come with me and say, all right, girls, we're going to say number 4, like 1, 2, 3, and we'll all yell out number 4. So that way we can all stay engaged. Or if it is a little bit more competitive and you're okay with that, in your troop, I like to have them chant for different girls to really encourage kind of a healthy competitive nature with them. Like, all right, we're chanting for this girl or this girl, and really just show the positive affirmations with all the girls. And again, if a girl loses and she does feel a little bit upset, you can always give her a big "that's okay" at the end to make her feel better. So that is the Mingle Game. The next icebreaker that I'm going to be talking about that you can do with your girls is called 2 Truths and a Lie. So I really like this one because it doesn't require much moving around. If anything, you can be standing in one place if you're either waiting in the line or you're just wanting to kill a little bit of time. This one goes where you have the girls go around in a circle and share 2 truths and 1 lie without saying which is which. And so it's up to the rest of the group to decide what is the truths and what is the lie. So that way you can learn a lot of fun facts about the girls in your troop while also playing a fun game. It only takes a few minutes sometimes depending on the size of your group, and it goes by fairly quickly. So that one's a really nice one that you don't have to move around. It's nice if you need to stay in one place. And then finally, the most easiest icebreaker that I've done with girls, because it requires very little teaching them, is rock, paper, scissors tournament. Because almost everyone knows how to play rock, paper, scissors, or it's a very intuitive game to play, and it's really fun and easy for girls to interact with each other and kind of get a little bit competitive but also have fun. So I like to have it where I just say, all right, everyone partner up and play rock, paper, scissors, and whoever wins, you're going to then compete against the next person who wins. So by then, it kind of just narrows down till you have like your one winner at the end. I have girls sometimes form teams and have them chant for whoever they want to win. So it can get a bit competitive, or you can just have it very encouraging where they keep playing and move on to new partners. So it can work out however you want it to. But it is such an easy icebreaker where you just have girls go around play rock, paper, scissors with each other. But yeah. So as you get to know your Girl Scout troop, you want to be intentional in building a safe and positive environment for them to thrive. And through using attention getters, positive affirmations, and icebreakers, girls will learn to pay attention to you as their troop leader and to get to know and trust one another. But most importantly, they'll learn how to have fun in your Girl Scout troop environment. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have fun with engaging your troop.